So, I've had extra charges on my bills for months on the storages and then my office. The same company handles all. Um, and it's like been like little bits here and there, and so uh, for the past like 3 or 4 days, I've tried to pay on the internet, and it doesn't make any sense. And what's really weird is their website doesn't even match the actual receipts I get, because when I get an actual printout on a receipt, it has all these weird extra charges like, $4 previous debt, previous balance or something like that. And there is no previous balance. When you pay, that's it. You can't pay part of the bill. You have to pay it in full or nothing. That's just the way they operate. And so every one of my bills each month has a thing on there that says, uh, you know, a balance. I got one where I was charged 10 cents, additional 10-cent charge. I mean, just all kinds of weird stuff. And so, and if you guys remember, um, way back, uh, that lady had got a pit bull and showed me a picture, and I said, "Oh, that's cute." And I said, "Kind of looks like a pit." And she said, "Oh, it is 100%." I said, "Well, just be careful." And she started screaming and yelling and said, "I will F you on all your stuff and on your storages, everything. You'll just see," and da da. And I said, "Why? I mean, for what reason? You know, I mean, I'm happy for you. The dog's cute, you know." And she's like, "Because you don't like my dog, I will F you over." And it's like, I just really don't have time for people like that. But anyway, so I guess she has F me over because my bills are different, every month. And it's now to the point to where I pay just, under 1,000 for my office and two giant storages. And guess what? This last week, it says I owe like $1,200. And like my office has had a really big jump on it. And normally, like the storage units, when she claims she raised them, which she jumped that up several times, but she would hand me the papers for the raise. If I had to go up to the office to get my mail or whatever, she would hand me the envelope with the paper. Even that day about the dog, she like handed me that day she handed me a thing where she changed all my rents. Mad as hell, staring at me, typing on the computer before I even walked out of the office, and handed me 3 envelopes, and they were all raises because she was so mad because she claims I didn't like her dog. The dog has nothing to do with me. She showed me a picture of it on the phone. It was cute. Okay, it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with my business over there. But anyway, so I decided to kind of stay away from her because um, I'm just not into petty people. You know, she wanted to be like really big friends and all that, and I thought, probably I'd just be cordial. So that's the way I've pretty much been. I try. I love everybody. I try to be nice to everybody. And if you're gonna be odd, then I'll just stay away from you. It's not worth my time. But guess what? She lost a really great friend because I would be there for you to the end because I do love people and I really care. And but anyway, so I was really concerned. I could not pay my bills because and they're late because I mean it's like $1,200. So I'm on the internet, the day before, and I go on every single month on the account for just my office, and it's like every month the price has gone up. Okay, and it's just ridiculous. And like I say, they're supposed to give you some kind of notice. Well, they normally do. Um, to typed out notice that, you're going to have a raise in the next 30 days. You know, that's the way they normally do in the past. Um, and so, I look at that thing, and for this month's pay, they raised it like $30 or something like that. And I was like, oh no. I don't have the papers with me, or I'd show you. Um, so don't quote me exactly on that. So uh, I, showed it to the people in the other offices and asked them what they thought, and then was showing them on the internet. I mean, to clock me out, there's $1,200 to pay all my bills, and my stuff's never over 1,000. Okay, and so anyway, I took that paper up there, and as you know, we had no toilet for like 3 weeks. Well, it was broken for 3 weeks. Um, and it flooded my office out because the people that are using the other office for storage flushed the toilet, and it was all in pieces. And nobody had bothered to turn the water off at that point. I guess notified those other people not to use the bathroom, and it flooded my office out when I came in the next morning. My office was flooded halfway in. Um, got no apologies for that. No discount for that. And uh, you know, I'm just so tired of the bullcrap. So anyway, um, I don't hang out with management, mess with them too much, anything. I just kind of stay to myself. If they come to me and say hi or whatever, I'm like, okay, hi. I just, don't even want to fool with a lot of that anymore. It's been like that for months, months and months. I just figure it saves the trouble. I don't have to listen to a bunch of negativity or anything else. It just saves the trouble. So anyway, I was talking to my buddies in the other office. They work for the military, for the base, and I said, um, I mean, all these amounts are all different just from an office alone. And so, and I had the office less time than the storages. So, um, they were like, well, I just go up there and, check with her or whatever. So I went up there real nice, and I brought the paper with me, which that's in my office. And I was like, hi. And she's like, oh, hi. And I said, well, um, uh, I'm trying to figure out how much my bill is, um, because it keeps changing price every month. And she's like, oh, and what was that? And I had laid it on the desk there, and I said, well, I mean, every month it's a totally different price. I mean, here's one where they added an extra 10 cents on my account. Um, and I said, and I mean, it's really jumped from, the month before. So I'm trying to figure out if that's just an internet mistake or, clerical error, does it need to be corrected because I can't pay my bills for like 3 days here. You know, I need to find out the correct amount or why that amount is there. And I said, because on top of that, she's like, well, I have to audit that, and I'll do that. And she's like, it's always a problem. And so she goes to Xerox all the papers. And then I said, and then I was also wondering um, if we were going to get a credit, all the offices back there, because the toilet was broken for 3 weeks. And she starts screaming, I don't even have to supply a toilet. I don't have to supply water. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. I said, wow, that's kind of inhumane. She's inhumane. Well, I don't even have to keep the bathroom open. I could choose not to even ever fix it and just close it. And I said, well, that's not what I rented. I rented, what you showed me, you know, um, and, you know, I mean, and it's like she doesn't even know half of what went on. I bet she doesn't even know my office was flooded, and even if she does, how come somebody didn't say, well, sorry, or tell the other person that rents the one unit for storage instead of an office, who's like the biggest problem of all back there. This lady, every time she comes back there, she opens up the air vents. She's into the fire alarm. She opens all the doors in the bathroom cupboard, and then she opens the toilet lid. Well, they say, well, she's looking for cameras or bombs because her ex-husband is after her. And she does this crap every time she comes in. And, I mean, and that could be why the toilet broke. Because maybe why she's playing with that floater thing every time she comes in. She literally takes the toilet tank lid off, literally. Real kooky. But anyway, and I don't see where she needs to have access to our bathroom for the offices because all she's doing is using that one room for a storage. And I told them that to begin with. I told management a few times. But anyway, so she starts going ballistic and all that. And she said, we were trying to fix the toilet and we had we had that tank on order. And, that's what we were trying to do. And that's why it was broke. I said, no. I said, that's not why the toilet was broke to begin with. You know? And she's like, yeah, because you know it all. And then she's just screaming at me. She's screaming at me and all this stuff. And I said, no. I said, that is not why the toilet broke. I said, it was a $10 to $20 part. I said, when I went to the other person that manages there and told them the first time that the toilet was broken, uh, you know, they told me the thing about this company is they don't want to buy any parts. They don't want to fix anything. And he says that all the time. All the time. And and this guy's really nice. And so, you know, originally it was a $10 to $20 part, the float thing. Okay, what it was doing was, and I've got videos of it that are on YouTube. What it was doing was it kept filling the tank, and it wouldn't stop filling the tank. And the water would run out through the handle. Okay, because there's a hole in the handle goes through there. It would overfill and spill out through that handle. And then when the guy went back there to work on it one time, weeks later, he was beating and banging on it, cussing on it, and it cracked the entire tank open, which is on a YouTube video on here. Then it was like another week or two after that, you know, and the guys in the other office, they weren't peeing in a cup. He went down and he bought a toilet, measured and everything, went down to the Lowe's or Home Depot, bought a toilet, brought it back. Unfortunately, that place is all Mickey Moused around, so the measurements aren't good. And when he got that toilet, plus it's older, the tank wouldn't clear the wall. So he had to go and couldn't get a replacement tank for that unit because it's too old. And so they have a cheaper one, it's like $100 or something, but it doesn't fit that toilet. So he went back and bought another toilet after he'd already used the wax ring up, and he decided, well, I guess I can't take it back. Now he buys another toilet. I think the first one was like $200, next one was like $300. Really nice, like hotel style toilet, and it's gonna clear. Okay, he goes, puts that in, fixes the other bathroom that was broken too, the outdoor bathroom, because that's been broke for over a year because they don't have any money for parts to fix stuff. See what I'm saying? It's really sad. A $10 or $20 part was all that needed to fix that toilet, which turned into, a whole toilet. And the other thing is, they used the guy that works there for repairs, and he's not, like the licensed plumber, licensed electrician, all that stuff. They use him on that regular pay to fix stuff, so that she gets, a discount on her per diem, whatever, for not spending any money repairing stuff. Okay, you know how that goes. And so, anyway, the guy did the best job he could. Like I told her, I said it was an accident. I said, nobody's perfect. Oh, well, you just know everything. You're a know-it-all, and you should just shut up. And da da. I said, look, why are you screaming at me? I said, all I came up here for was to find out what I need to pay because I'm being charged a different price every month for over a year. And my rent has jumped huge just on my office alone with no notice. And so, anyway, she says, I'll evict you in 30 days. And I just look at her. When people are like that, I don't have time to argue with you. I don't have time to babysit you. I can't handle, your mental health. You need to go to a doctor. Um, I can't waste my breath on people like that. Business is business. Get the right figures. I'll be happy to pay the bill. Don't use me. Don't abuse me. Because I got news. I love to handle stuff legally. I really do. I really, really do. This has gone on for entirely too long. The website doesn't even match the bills I've paid. You should see these bills I've paid. And when I ask, they say, "Oh, it's taxes." And I'm like, "Well, why does it say I have a debt from the month before of $2 or $4, and it's different on every one of my bills?" So that what, they're clipping me $10, $12 every month, and there's nothing there. What are you billing me for? I mean, this is ridiculous. But anyway, she said she would research it yesterday, and after I left bed, I said, I don't know why you're screaming at me. I came up here to ask 2 questions, and you're screaming and yelling at me and telling me to shut up. And I said, I'm just trying to pay my bill, and obviously, right here on this piece of paper, you can see where my bill's been raised every single month. It's a different price every single month, and I'm just trying to pay. I thought the website was broken or something, but it's every month. And I mentioned to her that the actual after I pay the bill, the receipt they print out for me, it makes no sense. It has all these extra charges on it. So and I complain every month. I'm like, it's a different price every month I pay. Why? So anyway, she was pretty bad. So about 30 minutes to an hour later, she comes barreling in the offices, and I was on a business call, and she keeps yelling my name in the hallway, yelling and yelling, like I was on a business call. And she hands me the envelope. She says, "Oh, the impact is in there," and she's like hoofs it out of there. And I was like, I didn't say anything. And it's a big fat letter, and it says all this stuff, rent increase, and eviction, and all this other stuff. And I'll show it to you guys later. But anyway, I just thought I'd let you know. And because the problem is I can't manage to pay anything on there because on the internet, all 3 of them separately, which are separate accounts, say I owe for close to $400. It's like $398 or something, and it's all identical amounts on each one, and that's not what I pay. The storage units are originally under $200 each, 10 by 20s, and my office is originally, when I first rented it, it was like $313 a month or something like that. And right now it's saying that I owe like $395. So, I, what do you do? Plus I got deposit on my office. So what do you do? And it's hot. It's like 90 to 100 degrees now. I'm by myself, to find a place to move everything and all that. That's super short notice. I talked to somebody yesterday, and they said by law, she can't do that. You have to have 30 days or something. And I'm like, so I don't know. But we'll see what happens. And sometimes things fall apart and better things come together. But um, just thought I'd let you guys know. And I got to get going. Time waits. And it's like a countdown. And I don't know. I got 10 tons of stuff to move on myself. I don't know how I'm going to do it. In just a few days. It's not cool. Plus, I don't have the money. So, I hope you guys have a great day. I wanted to give you an update. Because, I'm going to have to go and find out what's up with the bills because I can't even pay them. I mean, if I pay one, then it's going to still leave me with the other debts, or you know, I have to pay 1,200. I mean, why should I be paying 1,200? Something's wrong somewhere. And she's so fiery, she probably got on there and try to do all kinds of stuff. Like pretty childish. Business is business. Do your job. Don't revolve customers. You know, and everything's peaceful and happy. And it's like every month. I'll show you my stuff. It's every month my bill is different, and that can't even be legal for people to abuse you like that and threaten you and scream at you and terrorize you. And I'm not the only one. I mean, my office is there, and it backs their office, and you hear her screaming all the time, whether it's on the phone or in person or whatever. And it's like, my God, how could somebody have such a miserable life? If my life was that miserable, I wouldn't want to wake up in the morning. Period. Ever. Life doesn't have to be that hard. Life is what you make it. And if you're a good-hearted, kind person, then life is smooth. But I mean, I still don't understand how somebody could be so vicious like that for no reason at all. I pay more rent than anybody around there. You know, but I can't get no respect, like Rodney Dangerfield said. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll give you an update, and I'll show you some of that paperwork and stuff. All right. I love you. You guys have a blessed and a very profitable day. Talk to you later.